In this video we are going to discuss about some of the method which we have already used, okay, and we can also discuss like what are the difference between the sleep, wait, notify all, and how we can connect with the synchronization keyword. Each and everything we can see in this video, okay. So let us start. So in the Java, wait and sleep methods are the concept of the multi-threading as of we know, okay. Wait and sleeps are the methods used to the pause a process of few seconds and go ahead thread in the waiting state. Okay, so what will happen is we are trying to pause our current running thread like with the help of the sleep and wait method for the few seconds. Okay, let's understand what is the difference between them also. So the sleep method is related to the thread class and the wait method is related to the object class. So this is the one difference you can notice. The wait method is related to the object class and the sleep method is related to the thread class that is used to stop the execution of the current thread for the few seconds. It is also same, the wait method is responsible for sending the calling thread into the waiting state. Okay, the method takes a sleeping time in the millisecond. The monitor's ownership is not lost when we use sleep method and start the execution again from where it's stopped. So that is one of the main important points you have to remember it. Like whenever you use the sleep, so it will stop for some few seconds, whatever the time you have given based on that, and then after automatically it will start it. There is no need to do anything. Okay. And in the simple word, the sleep method is responsible for sending the current thread into the non-runnable state. Okay, fine. But if you go with the wait method, the thread remains in the waiting state until it will in the waiting state. It will not take any time for that. So if you use the wait method, we are not giving any time here in the milliseconds. Okay, so the thread remains in the waiting state until another thread does not invoke the notify and notify all methods for that object. The thread resumes the executions after obtaining the ownership of the method. So before understanding the differences between the both of them, let us understand similarities between them. So both the wait and sleep methods are in the native methods, and that make the current thread go into the non-runnable state. Okay, so as of now you get some idea, but let me clear this idea like what as of now we got understand. Okay, so basically we have two methods. So sleep method. Okay, so if you call the sleep method, you can pass like 100 or 1000 millisecond, that is means 1 second. So our current thread will stop 1 second and then again start automatically after 1 second. So this is the reality of sleep methods. Okay, so our current thread will be stopped for 1 second. Okay, and then again start automatically after 1 second. That is the reality of the sleep method if you use the sleep. But if you use the wait method, okay, if you use the wait method and you are trying to sleep this wait method, so what will happen, it will going to waiting state. Okay, there is no time for that. It will go to the waiting state. Okay, but it will go for the waiting state and it will not start until we not get notify all for this thread. Okay, until So it will go into the waiting state and it will not start until we not get notify or notify all for this thread. Okay, so this is the reality of sleep and wait methods. Okay, so it will go for the some particular time and it will sleep and again it will restart. But if you use the wait method, it will wait until you get notified, until it will get notified. So this is the things you have to consider. Okay, let's start and understand with the some of the coding example. So let it be start with one class. So I'm going to create one class, wait and sleep method, sleep methods. So let me test wait and sleep methods, then we can see the notify method also. But I just now only two methods we can see. So here in this, we have a wait method, we have a sleep method. So for activate this wait method, activate the wait method, we need notify and notify all methods. Then only waiting stage, thread will start executing. Okay, so this is the things we have to remember it. Okay, so this is the one point you can say and this is the one point. So remember it, those are the difference between the sleep and wait method. Okay, let's go to the here and our class is created. So let me create one main method. Okay, and after the main methods we can try to implement sleep and wait so that you can see. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to print one s out. Okay, in the s out I will say main started and only I will give here one thread dot sleep method. So I will write thread dot sleep, and if you see the sleep method, let me check once, dot sleep. So this is the it's taking the sum of the millisecond and millisecond, after nanosecond also you can give. Okay, so this is the two overloaded method we have, so we don't want nanosecond, so we can take only 1 second for that, thread dot sleep only 1 second, and for that you have to throw the declaration of the exception. So I have throw, and again I will write this line of the code, okay, below, and I will write here main stop, and before that I will write one more line of the code, sleep done. Okay, let me run it. So if I run this application, you can see, so main is started. Let me start once again. Main is started, and after 1 second, let me take 2 second or 5 second. So you have to count easily. So first it will printed and it will wait for the 5 second here, then only it will print sleep done and main stop. Okay, so let me start one. So main started, after 5 second only it will display the sleep done and main stop. Okay, तो इस एग्जांपल में हम लोग देखते हैं कि एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि नोटिफाई का. सो लेट्स क्रिएट वन क्लास कॉल्ड नोटिफाई. ओके, and we can discuss about how we can test the notify classes and how we can create a multiple threads on that, and we can check like sleep, notify, all those things. Okay, so let me create one class called notify. So let me create one class called notify test. Okay, So this is the one class. Inside this class I will create one main methods, because I'm going to write a main method here only. And here I'm going to create different thread. So let me create one thread called class notify1. So notify1 extend the thread called let's take the thread class. Okay, so through the help of the threads only we can create a thread class. Okay, and inside this I'm going to create, okay, inside this I'm going to create one method called run methods. Okay, so simply I will create one public, okay, and public void 0 id. Okay, so inside the run methods, this is something called, we can say this is the one methods which is run, and it's overrided method. So let me write here at the rate override. Okay, and inside the methods I'm going to write one block, so which is synchronized block. So we can write syn. So synchronized block I have written, and here I will write this. Okay, so let me remove this one, right here this, and inside the synchronized block I will write one statement called sout. Okay, see like okay, okay, let it be. So inside this we can see like, okay, started. So let me write started. Okay, and starting I will write the starting, and then after I will write here starting, and plus I will write the thread dot current thread method. So we can say also like this, otherwise current you can write. So current thread dot current thread dot get name. So with the help of the get name we can print the thread name. Okay, so this is the starting, and same thing we can write with the end also. So inside this I can write end of the thread. Okay, so this is the some statement we have written, and inside this I'm going to write wait methods. So wait method, how can write? I can write this dot wait. Okay, and wait method will ask for the right try and catch. So we can surround it with the try and catch. Okay, that's it. I don't want to handle any exceptions here. Okay, if you want to write you can write, but I don't want. Okay, so let me remove this line of the code and just save it. Okay, so this one thread we have created. Let me create one more thread class. Okay, so let go and copy this only class which is one thread class, and let me copy and put here and give the name called notify2. And one more things, like in the threads only. Okay, this run method is created in the notify2 extended with the thread, and we have to give the run method also. That is fine. But one more things I have to give here in the notify2 I have to create the object of notify1. Okay, so I will create the object of notify1, and then after I will create the constructor for that. So publics, okay, notify2. So in notify2 I will take notify1. Okay, so notify1. Okay, so this is the constructor I am creating. I hope you know like how to create it. So this dot notify1 equal to notify1 we can write, and our constructor is created. Okay, so what I have done is I have created one variable which is notify1, which is the above thread object reference I have created, and I have initialized with the constructor also. Okay, and I have given the run method also here. And here what I will do is I will call this wait methods like that. This dot notify one dot what I can call again wait methods. Okay, so like that I can call the wait methods. Okay, and this is the notify. It's also a starting with the current thread only. Okay, fine. I will copy this one. Okay, notify to, and this is the one more thread I am going to create. So you have to check out each and everything. So one more thread I have created with the notify 3. Okay, and in the same like notify 1 only, that is fine. And here I will write notify 3, and this is the notify 1, that is fine only, that is fine. And here I will write notify 3, and this is the notify 1, that is fine. And here all are same only, no need to change anything. Okay, fine. Okay, and now inside the main methods I'm going, and I'm going to create a 3 threads. So I will write, how can I write a thread class? So I can write notify. Okay, so I will give notify 1. Okay, notify 1 equal to new notify So our notify object is created. Let me take another notify, which is 2. So notify 2 I will take, and I will write notify 2. Okay, and here I will give new notify 2, but inside this I have to pass notify 1. So we can pass it notify 1, no issue. And let me copy and go down, and here also I will create an object for the 3. Okay, so that one is also 3, and here I will pass notify 3. Inside this notify 1, that is done. Now I will create a thread for that, and I will give the name of thread. So I can create a thread class, thread.t1 equal to new. Okay, thread, and inside the thread what I can do is I can pass first notify 1. Okay, notify 1 comma, I will give the name also called notify 1. So this is the one thread we have created. Let me create some more thread, which is 3 threads, and this is the thread 2 you can say, and this is the thread 3 you can say. And here we can pass 2, here we can pass 3. So 3 threaded we have created. Let me pass 2, let me pass 3 here. Now this 3 threaded name I have provided. Okay, because this thread is already created, but through that thread I have created the actual thread, and inside the actual thread I have given the name also. And now what I am doing is I have already used the wait method everywhere. Okay, in all those threads. Now what I am doing is starting the thread. So I will write t1 dot start and t2 dot start. So two threads are started, and for the like now I will give some sleep method, so it will sleep for some time. SLEEP. So sleep for, I will give something called 3000. So it's a 3 second for it will sleep. And here also I will write and surround it with the throw declarations. Okay, that is fine. And now I will call t3 dot start. Okay, and now I will try to run it, and now we can see the behavior. What is the behavior will happen, and how it will work for the sleep. Okay, and how it will work for the like after wait. Okay, so let me run once so that you can see the behavior of our code. So our code is started, and here if you see it's written like that. Starting notify 1, starting notify 2, but in between they are giving some exception like illegal monitor state exception. So current thread is not owner. Okay, notify 2 is not a owner, and because of that we are getting some exceptions. So starting notify 3 also it's started after the exception is happened. Okay, so current thread is not a owner. How we can resolve this issue is this thread will not call the wait method, it will notify methods, and then that is not required I think, so we can remove it. Okay, and apart from this we have to write here this dot notify 1, and here also we have to write this dot notify 1. Okay, let me run one. So let me stop first, then again run it. So now if you see, it's starting the notify 1, starting the notify 2, and then after he waiting for, let me run once again so that you can see. So this is the 2 is already invoked, and now it's waiting for the 3 seconds. Okay, let me increase this timing, so I will make it 5 seconds. Okay, so what will happen is whenever you call this t1 dot start, it will call the notify, and here it will came and it will going to the waiting state. Again, if you have a call the t2 dot start, what will happen, it will go again t2 dot start, it will go to the t2 thread. Okay, t2 thread, inside this thread it will initialize the object also already, and it will going to the waiting state. So this one is also waiting state, it will go. Now what will happen is again you are giving to the sleep. Okay, so starting is done, but for the waiting time it's a sleep 5 seconds, and then after it will start this one like t3 dot start. So it will go to here and it will call the notify. So once it is notify, then notify 1, so notify 1 thread will be executed. Okay, let me run once again. So if I run here, you can see notify 1, notify 2, and after 5 seconds you can see started notify 3, and then after end notify 3 first, and then end notify 1, but end notify 2 is not happen. Why? Because notify will not happen for the thread number 2, so it's not ended. So what we can do is, right now we are calling the notify 1, so that notify 1 only is stopping, and again it will start the executions. Okay, it's a waiting state, so it will notify, it will again start it and it's executed, but still my program is running because it's waiting for the notify 2 to start. Okay, so we have not provided, we have just called the notify. So notify will only notify the particular what we called particular methods. Okay, but if I call here, okay, this dot notify 1, if I call here notify all, what will happen? See the behaviors of the code. So if I call the notify all, notify 1 is done, notify 2 is done, and after that starting the notify 3, it's doing the end of the notify 3, end of the notify 1, then after end of the notify 2, because of notify all only. So this is the things you have to cover and we have to understand and how it will. Okay, so this is the sleep method. We have already discussed like what is the difference between them, okay, and how it will work. Okay, the wait method is responsible for sending the calling thread, okay, into the wait state. The thread remains the waiting state until the another thread does not invoke, like notify or notify all. Before understanding the difference between the both of them, let us understand similarity between them. We have already discussed. Then we can see like the notify and notify all methods are the thread class is used to wake up means jagna, so wake up the single thread. This method gives the notification for only one thread which is waiting for the particular object. If you use notify method and multiple threads are waiting for the notification, then only one thread get the notification and the remaining thread have to wait for the notifications. Okay, but if you use the notify all, it will activate all those threads from waiting state to running state. Yeah, thank you so much.